So let's just quickly have the Trevor Lawrence conversation. I know, Andy, by the time we got done with the panic meter segment last year, we were so sick of talking about the Jaguars offense.
Yes.
I think we put them in the coping corner, right? It feels like we probably did at some point. My God, that might as well be a different lifetime ago, talking about the damn coping corner. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, like what how bullish are you about Lawrence in terms of like making that leap? Because again, like quarterback ranking wise, like people still that, like Derek Klassen, who does, charting work for us at Reception Perception on quarterbacks, like he still is very bullish on Trevor Lawrence as a real life quarterback. Obviously from a fantasy perspective last year, it was really like a stone cold disaster because he was the type of guy that you just kind of like kept rolling out. You really could never stream somebody over him. So he kind of was the worst fantasy quarterback to have last year to draft. What's the Trevor Lawrence outlook like this season?
Yeah, you wouldn't know it from my fantasy ranks, right? Because I'm not particularly bullish on him. I've got him in the higher teens, I think, like maybe QB 17, 18, something like that. And part of the reason for that is I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that the Jaguars are not going to let him run. He was a great running quarterback at the college level, and like in my mind, he is somebody who could definitely have the rushing season that Daniel Jones had a couple years ago. Like that's very much in play for Trevor Lawrence. He was really good at it. Some of his best collegiate highlights are like, long touchdown runs. Like he has a gift for it. When he's forced into it, he's still really good at it. But I just don't think it's going to be a major component of his game. I don't think the Jaguars want him doing it, so fine. So I can't consider him a member of the dual threat club. So that lowers him a little bit. People have really trashed him, and including people who came in, a couple of years ago would have told you that they still believed he was a generational quarterback. But like they're just 1 year removed from like they won a playoff game. They were an ascending team that won a playoff game, and I can't. The thing that I can't get out of my mind with Trevor Lawrence is all the near misses last year, right? Like all the 1 foot inbound touchdowns, all the college touchdowns. It wasn't just, I don't even think that they ended up having a particularly notable year in terms of like total number of drops, but some of the situational drops, like when they happened and what the result of the play would have been had it been caught, were just felt monumental. And so it felt like there were repeated, like just huge swings in his season where it all could have looked a lot different on paper. It all could have looked a lot different statistically. I'm pretty bullish on him long term, probably more in real life than I am in fantasy, though.
Once we get past the main guys like Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy is in this group. Jared Goff is certainly in this group. Like Jordan Love is in this group. Trevor Lawrence could have a season like those guys. There's no doubt in my mind. Like if Brian Thomas clicks and he's ready to rock, like, and then just again, is that season QB 7? Is that season QB 15? Like it can range kind of wildly there. But overall, like I still think Trevor Lawrence is a quality quarterback. Like he's not bad. I think we're still just in a discovery of how good he is. Some of that is going to come down to the players around him.